Hello and welcome. I am that James guy, and this is another Crusader Kings 3 preview type video. I haven't done one of these for a while. I sort of want to do more as we're leading up now to the release. I am so hyped, boy, oh boy, am I hyped. But I really wanted to touch on this as today's dev diary's just come out, and frankly, it is astonishing, absolutely astonishing. And yeah, I can't wait. This really is shaping up to be. Let's just transition over. Boom. Yes, I know it's a web browser. How exciting. But honestly, this is shaping up to be quite possibly the most immersive grand strategy / possibly even RPG almost ever created. Just purely based on this character generation system with the genes that they've started mentioning and stuff here. If we just look at these characters and we compare them to what we saw in Crusader Kings 2, let's just grab Crusader Kings 2 characters. I should have, been prepared with this. But if we just pick a random folk up, like this dude here. Actually, that's a open image in new tab. If we just grab this character here, right? If you just look at him, sure, it's immersive, it's cool, he's got a crown, he's got a beard, he looks cool, but let's just look at this. I mean, he's got a crown, he's got a beard, but he looks even more cool. And that's kind of important. But I really like this idea of genes and how each character inherits their genes from their parents, who inherit them from their grandparents, so on and so forth. It's almost like a real-world system. Shock, horror, I know. But every single thing, they've used noses as an example in the dev diary, where almost every aspect of the nose is a percentage-based slider, and that obviously harkens back to things like Skyrim, The Sims, stuff like that, where you create your characters on a slider. You can have fat nose, thin nose, and you're somewhere in between, right? But doing it this way with this really, really interesting procedurally generated route, there will be so much more character difference, and with that it also increases character immersion because no two characters will look identical, which really does mean you can step inside the shoes of your monarch and your king, and the only way you'll ever be able to play the same character again is by going back in the save and doing it whatever else. And they also mention that the way they handle ethnicities is that every single character is the same model. They use the exact same base model. And the way they do the ethnicities is they do the sliders in different ways. And that means that this dude here, and this dude here, and this woman here all use the same model. They just have their sliders in different places. And you can tell immediately that they're not related. And you can tell immediately that he's not related to this dude up here, Mr. Beardy McBeardface. So on, so forth. And we can just look here, because it says about inheriting genes, and this is a inheritance in action. Top row, the parents, bottom row, their children. If you look closely, you can spot the inherited features. So let's play a quick game of Spot the Difference. So she, as immediately, we can tell, inherited her mum's eyes. They've all inherited their dad's eyebrow shape in some way, but it has been softened. It's very sharp with him, but it has been softened slightly. That might just be because they're kids. We can't really see his chin, but we can imagine these two have inherited the same jawline, and he has inherited more of his mother's features. He's also very much possibly the odd one out because his hair is a very different colour as well. Maybe that's his grandparents' hair. We can also see the nose shape is a bit fuller, and it's more of a blend between the two parents. Same, we can look over here. Yep, the noses are very much a fuller version of their mothers. And it is very interesting, this, and it will allow us to really step inside our shoes. And this is the dynamic aging system from 0 to 99. This dude, kiddie, but you can really tell that this kid grew up to be this dude. Or that this dude is the old man version of this kid. They sort of fill out a bit as kids. They have that sort of puppy fat, and then they thinnen up a bit, become a man, and then go into elderly old age, and they sort of shrink as well, which is nice. It sort of gives this dynamic. It really, really does give this dynamic system. But this kid, you could immediately tell, if you went back and looked at this county 10 years afterwards, and this guy was now in charge, you'd be like, oh yeah, that was the kid that we nearly murdered when we shoved him in the oubliette or something. Like, you can tell that the story evolves, and rather than just looking at the name and these things, that you can just snap decision, go, hang on a minute, that was the kid that we ransomed off after the war in Wessex. We're now fighting him on the field of battle. You can really, really tell these things. We'll go here. We can see even more stuff. And then the lifestyle choices now as well. You can immediately tell that these characters have gluttonous. These characters presumably temperate, I'm guessing. And these ones over here maybe high prowess. They look very muscled and have a lot of musculature. So rather than now just mousing over the trait icon, we can tell greedy, temperate, maybe been imprisoned for a long time with the sallow eyes and stuff. It's really, really interesting. And here there's a dynamic little video of or GIF rather, of gaining weight. Having this all be very dynamic just seems such a good idea. And same again with Muscles. Muscles Man McGee over here getting ripped in like 0 to 10 seconds. Also, trait conditions. So, I know I've got presumably albinism over there. This one, I'm guessing, or is that one albino as well? Hunchbacked, gigantism, dwarfism. Oh, that's albino over on here. This is then gigantism, and this is dwarfism, and then it's not got the others. But also, I've lost an arm. I've got a scar. These things that are randomly generated, like we're in a battle and we've got a scar on our face, and we come back and we look at a character. Now the scar would always be in one of like 4 predetermined locations in Crusader Kings 2. Now, every scar might be different, and this will really make for an immersive game. And I like these 2 examples here. They have names that are right for them, like Dragoman over here, who's got, I'm guessing that's an intrigue type thing, maybe sly or cunning. That's his education, which is definitely going to be an elusive schemer is tier 2, I think. Dwarfism, presumably that's then gigantism. No idea what these 2 traits are. That's going to be thrifty, maybe brave or hunter. That's an injury, I'm guessing, because it's got the red thing around it. And like, this dude's clearly not done very well for himself. He's had a bit of a poor battle. But again, I can't believe by how immersive this is going to be. We will look at our character. We saw the event portraits and the events in the last dev diary, and it just really shocked me how immersive it's shaping up to be. And yeah, like I was saying, so hyped. Also, the new barbershop interface looks basically as good as it did before. They have changed some of this so far in the work in progress screenshots. The edges of these windows are more cluttered, frayed. They're no longer just very clean and crisp. And that really does help me get behind this slightly more modern aesthetic, I guess. And what are we looking at? Historical characters. Can we tell who's who? Harold Hardrada, I'm guessing. He looks the most Viking, I suppose. Then what have we got? Harold Godwinson, William the Conqueror, 2 other dudes. I'm guessing, anyway. I would have thought these ones are kings because of the slightly more boof crown, and you might be a prince of some sort. Does it give us any options of who they might be? Also, yeah, they have, I will also give a warning here. If you want to avoid looking at the pictures of the diseases and stuff, then don't watch this bit. Come back in fast forward 30 seconds, a minute or so. But yeah, should have given more warning. But yeah, we're just going to have a look. Yeah, so the disease, that they are gruesome. They are horrible. But those bubonic pustules, that will help us get fearful of the pox, I guess. And one last thing that we should almost always do when you look at a dev diary, show only dev responses and have a look at what questions people have asked and what the devs have had to say about those. Someone's on holiday. Oh, no, there is a second page. Let's just have a quick look at that. Oh, no, there doesn't appear to be any dev responses on this page either. Yeah, no. Okay, fair enough. It has only just come out, literally 20 minutes ago. I made this video the moment I saw my Twitter notification and the ping on my Discord server. I can't wait for Crusader Kings 3. I really think that this is going to be an amazing game. And if you enjoy this video, please do comment. What features are you most excited about? Because frankly, as much as I loved everything that's come up so far, I really have liked the vassal contract system and other bits and bobs. But really, what feature is really standing out to you, and why do you want to play CK3 with that? Because currently, for me, it's nearly all about this immersion. It's all about the immersion, and if we can, like, stream it on Twitch and have, you know, people in my chat play and roleplay as different characters in the court and track their own lives and stuff, it will be so, so worth it. I'm so excited, and I really think almost everyone I know who's interested in the sort of Paradox games and Grand Strategy is as well. So if you have enjoyed this video, I know it's not been spectacular, there's not even been any gameplay, shock, horror, I know, but if you have enjoyed it, please do like, and as I said before, comment what you're excited about with CK3, because I'm curious what you guys want to see from it as well, and what sort of playthroughs and stuff we're going to do when it goes live, and when we get our grubby mitts on it. So yeah, have a good one, guys. And if you want to watch some gameplay stuff, then we've got some other videos going live this week. We've got some stuff from Planet Zoo, we've got the finish off to the Southern Victory, we've got some various other bits and bobs. But yeah, very much, guys. Have a salute. I'll see you again soon. Stay safe, and stay hyped as well.